Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 20th to the 31st, 2025 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my websites, danehartguidedmessages.com or daneharttarot.com. They're both listed in the description box below. They both work, and I look forward to reading for you. Now, I do apologize for a bit of a gap between my first half of the month reading and this one because my home was hit by lightning. A lot of things were severely damaged, so I had to get that all fixed and up and running before I could upload videos because things were just fried. So thank you so very much for your patience and your kindness. You guys are just absolutely amazing. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Perfect. All right, Libra, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Okay. All right, Libra, just getting centered. At the heart of it all, for the last half of August, is, oh, I love that, the Ace of Swords. So this is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, coming forward. So, of course, this is you. This is a gift from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, really handing you a gift of empowerment of your voice, of new ideas. You are quite clever during this time, so do be aware of that and absolutely utilize it. You have a knowing to you. You have insight to you, and that's going to be very valuable. That's going to be very helpful. It's going to help to move you forward in a powerful way, an insightful way. So that is a big deal. So with the Ace of Voice, the Ace of Swords at the heart of it all, you are getting a gift to your voice, to your mind, to the essence of you, to what really makes up a Libra. And you're going to find yourself shining a bit more intuitively led, or guided, which is a better word, to intuitively guided, which is a spectacular thing. Now, the challenge is the Eight of Swords. And this is the challenge for every single air sign energy and every single person here on this earthly plane, is that we overthink. We think way too much. We'll overanalyze. We want things to be perfect. The Eight of Swords is really being trapped in our own heads, in our own mind. And it can make things very dark. It can make things very overwhelming. And so Spirit is saying here, hey, be mindful of overthinking, overanalyzing. You have tremendous gift, tremendous beauty coming your way. Don't lose it, or don't not utilize it because we're waiting for us to be perfect. We'll never be perfect. We'll never be up to the impossible standards that we set for ourselves. That's just something we're going to have to acknowledge and say, close enough is good enough. Or, you know what, I'm going to start cherishing me And I'm going to start saying that what I do is beautiful. That would be even better, but if close enough is good enough, is as close as we can get, hey, use that. Spirit is happy with that. Where we need to focus is on the Five of Cups. And this is changing our mind, changing our life. This is looking at things very differently than we have looked at things before, because we do have a tendency to see where we have failed, where we are overwhelmed, what we are doubting, what we are fearing, what we haven't done in the timeline that society says we're supposed to do this in. And Spirit is saying, hey, turn around. Turn around, because you have the Two of Cups right there. You have healing, beautiful love waiting for you. You have a soul's connection. You have a soulmate connection, even that can be waiting for you. This is about healing. This is about diving deeper into yourself. This is about opening up the doors. And that's where we need to focus. It's going to be so easy during the last half of August to really berate ourselves, to find ourselves wanting to be very harsh, very, very critical. And Spirit is saying, stop that. Stop that right now and turn to the Two of Cups, to healing, to love, to connection. Also opening up connections, meeting people, embracing new ideas, embracing ideas that you had loved, but you said, oh, that's silly. I'm not going to be, doing that thing that I love anymore, because it's just silliness. It's a waste of time. No, you know what? It's a waste of time. Doom scrolling on our phones is a waste of time. If we stop that, I know me personally, we can see a lot of ourselves, like a lot of our world opening up. It moves us then to the energy that is moving away. And this is the Two of Wands. So we've already had doors open for us. We might not be aware of it, but this is ending a time where doors open, where we start to see things intuitively, powerfully, insightfully. And we start to kind of walk a new path. We're going to see that we have been very drawn to walking new paths, to embracing new ideas. And as we embrace that, what we're going to see, and as we release the fact that now we're calming into the new things, instead of, okay, new things keep on coming, it moves us then to our strength, which is interesting because we have the repeat of the number 5. It is a freedom number. Okay, 5 is your life path number. You're really utilizing or walking towards freedom, independence, insight, ideas. With the 5 of Pentacles, this is feeling like we're on the outside of wealth, prosperity, abundance, bounty, of what we value as much as money. And this is going to be a time where we're saying, why? Why am I on the outside looking in? How do I utilize, how do I embrace looking into what I truly want and how I want to move forward and how I want to embrace my wealth, my prosperity? It doesn't have to be a mansion on a hill or driving a Rolls Royce. It can be something very calm, very beautiful, what people would say basic or common or whatever. And it's just right for us. So we're letting go of the ego here. And we're also saying, I'm opening up the door. Instead of feeling like an outsider looking in, I am embracing, maybe being an outsider, maybe, not fully fitting into the mold, but I am saying, this is me. And as you embrace that this is you, you are stepping into your near future, which is the Hangman, which can sound ominous, but what it is that you're looking at your world and your life quite differently. You're seeing yourself in a new way, with new understanding, with new insight, and you are really letting and accepting that the norm of things, like the way that everybody does this thing or everybody does that thing, it doesn't have to be you. You are going through a different timeline, a different understanding, a different path forward. The Hangman is being different. Okay, and it can sometimes be painful to be different, but it is saying, this is my path. This is my insight. This is my knowledge. This is my understanding. This is my guidance. And it doesn't mean that we are ostracized by people, but it can just be that we feel a little bit disjointed, a little bit disconnected from others. But that is okay. We're going to be opening up to what we are deeply searching for, what we deeply love, to insight that is guiding us forward. We're looking at things differently. And as we look at things differently, we're calling power into ourselves, insight into ourselves, and a greater understanding leading us forward. So we're stepping into a future where it's some sort of sacrifice, right? Because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the person is hanging upside down. It's not a comfortable place. Like here, you could say, oh, they're hanging on this wire. It's like kind of like a Cirque du Soleil type of thing. But what you're going to see is that you're embracing wisdom, by looking at things differently, looking at yourself differently, situation, ideas. And the advice for this time is the Six of Wands. It is to celebrate yourself. It is to let yourself stand forward in pride, in the energy of I'm not better than anyone else, but nobody is better than me. And as you embrace your passion, your pride, your determination, your focus, your fire, you are going to see that you're celebrating the little wins as well as the big wins. And it moves us then to the environment, which is the Three of Cups, surrounded by people who truly love you. The Three of Cups are the people who have your back, who love you, who accept you, who guide you forward. And there is healing here. There's joy here. You might feel alone, but you are not. Even if you're sitting there and saying, Dane, I don't have that friend group, I don't have that family group, that is right at my back. You have your angels, you have your spirit guides, you have tremendous energy here that wants you and is rooting for you to succeed and achieve. And so the environment is cozy and lovely. I know if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it can be hot as heck outside, but it's like that warm, cozy sweater that you put on and you're just like, oh, this is right. Or like when you snuggle into bed at night, it's like, oh, I can relax. And that's the energy that it's giving off. In the Southern Hemisphere, right, if it's winter, there's this coziness around you that's going to be very apropos. It's like, oh, I can snuggle into this energy with a cup of hot cocoa and be perfectly contented and happy. And I love that for you. It brings us then to our hopes and our fears. And this is the Three of Swords. This is a fantastic hopes and fears, because the Three of Swords, it comes from that overthinking, but it's heartbreaks and pains and disappointment that our mind lives over and over again. Or it says to us, don't stop fearing that this might come because you didn't expect it before. You kind of caught off guard. Now you're going to be hyper vigilant to this pain, to this hurt, to this disappointment, to this betrayal. And so it'll never happen again. No, it means that it can still happen, right? And our energy vibration is lowered because we're stressed out, we're overwhelmed, we're looking at things, we're trying to prevent anything from going wrong. And that's just not how life works. And so here, what we're going to need to do in our hopes and our fears is acknowledge the pain that we have been through. Say, I see it, I understand it, but I'm not ruled by it. And we start to embrace healing. We start to take the swords out of ourselves, take the pain out, and say no more. No more does this get to define me. You do have the repeat of the number 3 right here. So divinity is guiding you. Divinity is walking with you. And it moves us to the outcome, which is the 5 of Swords. Again, you have now the repeat of the number 5 3 times, especially if 5 is your life path number. Okay? You are going to see that freedom and independence and self-assertion is really important. You can still have your family unit around you. You can still be like me and be like such a house bug, and just love that energy. But it's really embracing your independence. It's kind of embracing your own mind, your own ideas. You might find that people around you totally get it, but you can feel kind of judged by the outside world. Again, this is do no harm. This is moving forward gently, softly, compassionately, kindly. And with the 5 of Swords, you are going to be facing a battle that you went through before, and it might not be exactly the same, but it is going to kind of trigger some pains or hurts or feelings of being overwhelmed that you had in the past. But you are a different person than you were once upon a time. So you're going to be handling that energy with so much more grace, with so much more determination, but almost like this fierceness of personage here, as you embrace your voice, as you know what it is that you want, what you're looking for. It moves us then to the energy from spirit, angels, and spirit guides. And this is the Parrot. This is absolutely one of my favorite cards in the deck. And it says, let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you really are. And stepping into that energy is, that kind of painful rebirth of the Hangman, that painful awakening, because it's always painful to be different, right? It's always, a sense of, oh, I'm not fitting in, or you're going through this metamorphosis, kind of like a butterfly goes through the metamorphosis. You're shedding off a skin that doesn't fit anymore, and it's painful and it's vulnerable. Or you can see a snake molting, and they hide away because of that. So here, what you're going to see is that you're looking at things quite differently. And as you're looking at things quite differently, it leads you to a place of vulnerability. And as you step through that place of vulnerability, you don't have to be vulnerable with everybody. You can be vulnerable in your diary, or in your mind space as you're kind of puzzling things out. You're stepping into this place of, embracing who you really are, what you really love. For some, it's going to feel like coming home. It's like where you were when you were younger before the world said, oh, you need to be like this. For others, it's like, oh my gosh, this was always missing. And it brings us then to the chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. And this is love. This is the heart chakra. You're embracing what you love. You're embracing your passion, your insight, your ideas. And love is really guiding you forward. I'm getting the Beatles song, all you need is love. And even though there's that counter song that says like love is not enough, right? You can't love somebody into loving themselves type of thing. This is moving forward in a all-encompassing love of soul, love of self. This is what I see when the heart chakra says love. It is agape love. The Greeks had 3 levels of love. There is the eros, which is the erotic love that we fall into, and it's lust, right? Then we have familial love, which is the love of the family, and then we have agape love, which they say, whether you believe it or not, is the love that Christ had. When you can open up your arms and say, I love you all so much. I don't have to know you, but I love you. And it's moving towards that love of the heart, that love of compassion. It brings us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels. Oh, goodness. Oh, okay, I'll fix that in a minute. That's good enough, right? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. And this is the 5 of Swords, because the outcome is facing that fear that we had that held us back, but we are as we're facing it, we can be held back into it. We can be drawn back into this place of like, can I actually do this? Can I move forward this way? Do I know what I want? Do I know what I'm looking for? And the 5 of Swords can make us feel like either we are being too fierce, because we do need to be embracing our heart. Doing things with love and gentleness is always, an appropriate way to move forward, walking gently on this earth and connecting with those who love us and see us. But here, we can doubt that we can move forward because we can be falling back into kind of old patterns that we don't want, don't like, and seeing ourselves in a new light, in a new way. So this is fear overriding progress, success, and making us kind of step back into a place that we don't want to be. Now we have 4, we have 4 5s that came forward. So this is a time of freedom. This is a time of deep insight. And it brings us then to our subconscious spirit message. And this is the duck. And the duck says, find comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you. And that's what this reading has been saying, especially with the 3 of Cups, right? There's that support around you, even if it's your angels and your spirit guides, which can seem abstract and silly and not make you feel seen at all. But what the duck is saying is that there's comfort and balance. That's what Spirit was giving to me as that like winter coziness, right? The way you can wrap yourself in a cloak and just feel snuggly and cuddly. And that's what I'm seeing for you. This place of feeling like just snuggly and cuddly, just like taken care of. There's an energy around you, and it's like your angel's wings are wrapping themselves around you, Libra. And it's like, I got you. I got you. You're great. I got you. You're safe. And it moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is nothing small. It's only your life purpose coming forward in your throat chakra. You have the gift of your voice coming forward at the heart of the reading as well. And so here is your life purpose. You're ascending more and more into you, into the you that you've always dreamt of being or never dreamt of being, but are feeling so powerfully, exhilarated by. You are stepping into comfort and ideas and a greater understanding of yourself. You're starting to see you in a way that takes the ego out of it, like other people's opinions out of it. And it's like, no, this is just me and this is what I want. And it brings us then to the energy to be mindful of. Now, this is the Lovers. This can be, hey, be mindful of a Gemini. Time frame is May 21st to June 20th. So that can be the case right here, right now. But it's also be mindful of lust. Be mindful of what our ego has us lust after in order to prove to other people whatever it is that we think we're proving, and not really be in love with our lives, not really be in love with what we want and how we're moving forward. Also thinking we all have to be one way or another. Like we have to be all one way, all this way of seeing it, and not truly embrace the complexity, dichotomy within ourselves. So giving ourselves grace of wiggle room, grace of insight, and not saying I have to think all this way or it has to be all this or nothing. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is fire, and his passion is tenacity as insight. And it's interesting because we have at our heart the Ace of Swords. We don't see ourselves taking it fully during the last half of August. We are seeing ourselves questioning things, gaining a deeper understanding. Subconsciously, we are on fire. Subconsciously, we can have a bit more of I want to say snarkiness to us. That's how usually us being sassy comes out as air sign energy, Libra. And so what you're going to see is fire. You can have a bit of a spiciness to you during this time. You have fire, you have intuition, you have insight guiding you. There's passion, there's a sense of opening up doors and really looking at what you want and really embracing the passion, the fire, the creative brilliance within your life. And that's what you're going to be called more and more to do during this time. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of yourself. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed last half of August and a blessed life. Bye.